Jeremiah Johnson, Quinn Buckner, and a special guest, Chad Buchanan, the general manager of the Pacers. Chad, great to have you in the Fox Loft. I think we talked opening week, so maybe prior to the second game against Portland. Tonight is game 50. How much have you enjoyed this season so far?
You know, every season is stressful, but hearing you talk about this is game 50, it's incredible. This season has been so much fun. A great group of guys that have had good chemistry, they get along, and that makes for coming to work every day so much more enjoyable. And the fact that we're having success on the court too is like a cherry on top. So I love coming to work and being around this team every day.
Chad, this has to be really gratifying. I know it's 50 games in, because you had to make the trade, and the guys you come out with, and including the guys you added, putting this team together and watching this over this year. Tell us what you thought at the beginning of the year you had, and the difference that you actually see.
Sure, that's a great question. I think with Victor, we knew that in a different situation, playing with the best MVP of the league last year with Russell Westbrook is a challenge. Obviously he's a tremendous player, but it creates challenges for certain types of guys that play with him. And I think we felt Victor in a different situation with a little more responsibility, a little more playmaking duties, could kind of make a next step. Now, I didn't expect him to take 3 steps like he's done, but we both, Kevin, myself, Peter, Nate, all of us felt like, there's more to this guy's game. In the right situation with the right role, he could really blossom, and that's happened. And Domantas has really just been a pleasant surprise for us. We knew he had instincts, intelligence, toughness, high character. Both those guys are just such, you guys know them, they're great character guys that just bring a workman-like attitude and a lot of positivity to our gym every day. And those guys have just been tremendous for our culture.
It is great in game 50 to put up the Eastern Conference standings and see that you are in the top 8. Last night you were 5th, tonight currently 8th. So much movement is possible. But one of the questions I get asked a lot on the radio or even from fans is with a trade deadline coming up. And I'm curious your perspective with the success you've had and where the Eastern Conference is. Does that change your approach to how you handle the trade deadline in the next couple of weeks?
We've had such good, like I talked about, great chemistry. You're reluctant to maybe disrupt that, but you also want to do what's right for the organization long term. We're in no hurry to change up anything with this team. The guys like being with each other. We've had success. We got young players who are developing. It'd be great to get into the playoffs, because I don't think anybody anticipated us even being where we're at today. But we're also not going to sacrifice long-term sustainability to try to make a short-term run. We realize where we're at, in the hierarchy of the NBA. There's a lot of teams in our little area. We want to have something that can be sustainable for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years. We want Victor to have a great run here with a lot of great teams, and we got to continue to add methodically to that, core that we're starting to build with him.
As you look at the team, talk about the areas that you would like to see the continued growth at. Obviously where we are, but where would you like to see this team grow at, and how to get better?
Yeah, and I think the way the league is going right now, Quinn, shooting is a premium. And the more shooting you can put around a playmaker like Victor, he's a guy who can get to the basket. Those guys need space, and shooters create space for that. Boyan's been terrific. Corey's shot the ball terrific. Darren has been phenomenal. That's a big reason why Victor's had success, is those guys around him occupy their defender, which give him space to operate. And when they don't occupy the defender, Victor throws it to him, and they're knocking down shots. So the more shooting we can add is going to be a premium for us moving forward.